As everybody is able to hear us.
Yes.
Let's continue. Okay, so to quickly introduce about myself to all of you. Hi guys, thanks for joining the session. I am Venkatraman. I am working with one of the MNCs in Hyderabad, India. I have total of 10 years of experience to CRM, SAP CRM, of which I have done 3 end-to-end implementations on C4C, Cloud for Customer. Okay, so this session is basically to just give you a quick feel of C4C, introduce and showcase you the benefits of C4C, and subsequently we'll start off with the sessions and the respective topics. Okay.
Yeah.
So why are we looking into C4C is, as you all know, working on SAP background with CRM and all those other functionalities, SAP CRM has not been a successful product in the market. When I look at large enterprise or be it a small enterprise in today's generation where mobile is the most happening or most important thing, if a salesperson has to go to a customer, get an order, come back to his office and then place an order, by then there are 10 other salespeople who are approaching that customer and trying to steal those orders. And moreover, CRM has not been a very stable product, vis-a-vis the usage of web UI, the maintenance of the application, the CRM server box by the client is pretty expensive. So coming to the sellability point, when you see that Siebel CRM has been acquired by Oracle and with Salesforce coming as a cloud solution, wherein people can work with a CRM solution on their mobile device with any smartphone or Android phone, that they can place orders, that they can connect to the SAP C4C system and do whatever they want. With this kind of a trend coming up in CRM space, SAP CRM lost its stand completely. So that is where SAP came out with a cloud solution. In CRM it is C4C and in HCM it is SuccessFactors. So what is the C4C is, I'll just show you the C4C screen. Probably we'll go in depth one by one once we start off with the sessions. This is how your C4C screen looks like. So the ease by which the end user can navigate this screen, whatever you're seeing now on the screen, is something which you can see on your mobile device also, for which you just need to have an app installed. That app is supported by Android, by Windows and by iOS. So what happens is, yes,
sorry to interrupt you. What are the prerequisites for going forward with C4C?
There are no prerequisites for C4C because the C4C server is maintained by SAP. I'll tell you on that. See, the SAP has put such a landscape that the C4C, the screen that you're seeing now is called a tenant. Okay. For this tenant space, my company is paying some money to SAP. Like this, every company will be paying and reserving some space. It's just like renting an accommodation in a city.
Okay.
Okay. Now this servers on which these tenants are hosted, SAP has kept 3 servers, one in the US, one in Germany and one in Australia. So these servers are the servers to which these tenants will get connected indirectly through the SAP routers. Okay, so there is no prerequisite. All that we all know that when we have to implement SAP CRM, conventionally the client has to purchase the license software and then he has to purchase the hardware. He has to install the servers. He has to configure the servers. All those things will be there, right?
Yeah.
It
my question is a little bit technical. Saying that technically, what do you require? What are the prerequisites for you to go for C4C?
Now, technically, prerequisites means you're asking from a user standpoint or from an implementation partner standpoint.
Yeah, like for example, I should have knowledge in some kind of programming, or I should have knowledge in configs, or I should have thorough knowledge on SAP.
That is where this C4C product is coming. That is why I said this does not need any configuration knowledge, any programming skills, nothing is needed on this. The screen that you're seeing is built on HTML5 version. That is the UI front-end version. Okay. By mouse click, you can do any configurations or any customizations on the screen. If you want to add any complex functionality into this, then SAP will do it for you. You are not authorized to do that.
Okay.
Because the server is maintained by SAP.
Yeah.
Now, similarly, if you look at our on-premise traditional implementations, what we do is we do a configuration development system, move the TR to quality, test the TR in quality, and move to production, right?
Yeah.
In C4C, it doesn't happen like this. You have a test tenant given by the client, given by SAP for the client. So whatever configurations you want to do, you do it in the test tenant. The testing also happens in the test tenant only, and then through this test tenant you raise a request to SAP asking them to create a production tenant.
Okay.
So whatever configurations that you have done on this test system or the test tenant will get copied automatically to production system, only the configuration. Please remember, not the data.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how are you going to connect the C4C to an on-premise system? A C4C system without connecting to an on-premise is like a dead piece.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to connect this either to the backend CRM system or to the ECC system. Now, for that connectivity, SAP has given two technologies. One is using the PIPO, that is process integration or process orchestration, and the second one is through HANA Cloud integration. Now again, as I said, this C4C is completely maintained by SAP. Similarly, if you use your HANA Cloud integration as the middleware platform, then over there also you would just have a tenant. HCI is maintained by SAP again. But if you use PI or PO, then that server has to be procured by the client, the hardware has to be installed, and all the needed configurations have to be done, and then you set up the integration. So once you set up the integration between C4C and either CRM or ECC system, it is a seamless integration. The data flows back and forth. A customer created in C4C gets replicated to on-premise. A customer created in on-premise gets replicated to C4C also. Similarly, the sales orders and everything. Now this C4C, what's happening is SAP is increasing its functionality every quarter. For example, in May 2015, if you look at, the sales order functionality was not there in C4C, and that got added in August 2015. In November 2015, sales contracts feature got added up. So every quarter SAP is increasing or enhancing the functionality that it is offering to its end customers through C4C. So how is this enhancements coming into our tenant? These enhancements, the SAP will put it on their central servers across those 3 locations, and every tenant that is hosted on that server gets updated automatically.
Why do you need CRM backend then?
Oh, how would you process your eventual, the billing, or the, if you suppose a sales order is created in C4C, what is the next activity for that? You need to have the invoice, you need to have the logistics, you need to have the delivery note created, right?
Yeah.
Those features, as said, C4C is purely a CRM box, just a CRM box. It cannot even do billing. It can do only pricing part. Okay, so if a sales order or a service ticket or a campaign is to be executed in C4C, for a campaign I need funds. Now where do I get the funds into C4C? I need to integrate it either to on-premise ERP or to CRM system.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Now the screen that you're seeing on the front now is the HTML version of C4C. C4C is coming in 2 versions. One is HTML version and one is Silverlight version. The one that you're seeing is an HTML version with this light blue color in the background. A Silverlight version is exclusively meant for administrators. You can navigate to Adapt and click on Launch in Microsoft Silverlight. So this will open up the Silverlight client. I'm just showing that so you can get a look and feel of that. Just a second.
Venkat, do you have any contents like these are the things which you are going to provide in C4C, and these are the chapters which I am going to cover, something like that, which will give us some idea what things are you going to cover in your sessions?
Yeah, I'll show the contents. Just a second. So these are the topics that we'll cover: C4C architecture, how do you do the project scoping, the questionnaire and the implementation strategy, then what do you fine-tune activities, then org management and territory management, activity management, leads, opportunities, quotations, sales orders, marketing, service, then C4C UI configuration, then integration with HCI, with ECC through HCI. What do you mean by codeless mapping, email and mobile integration, and then finally data downloads. So this would be covered in a span of 18 days with 1 hour per day, and these are topics that we will speak.
So this will cover even configurations each and every bit by bit on C4C?
Topic number 12 speaks on configuration. Topic number 3, 4, every topic speaks about configuration. Yes. And to show you the Silverlight client, I'll just log in. If you can see the difference, this is a Silverlight client and this is your HTML client. Any questions so far?
So you mean the C4C cannot be implemented standalone?
No, it has to get integrated to an, it has to get integrated to an on-premise system.
And most probably that on-premises system would be ERP.
It has to be an ERP, yes. It could be either ECC or CRM, either of the two.
But since you said this C4C cannot do billing on its own, delivery on its own, and even the backend CRM that cannot offer such functionality.
If for example, I had implementation a scenario, a sales order created in C4C gets replicated to CRM system. From CRM system, it gets replicated to ECC through standard middleware, and from ECC, it takes the further processing, delivery note and all. That it could be a scenario that you integrate C4C directly to ECC if you don't need any data to be maintained in ECC CRM system. It depends on the business processes that the client wants to implement and the system landscape defined by the architect.
So the basic need for by the client will go for C4C. You mean to say something which will have some good features on the front end type, where for the Salesforce people to go to field and then do the ordering system then and there, and then update that.
If you would have seen the Salesforce.com screen, the SFDC screen, it is such a easy user navigatable screen that the end users can navigate at very ease without any problems or complications. Now, Compared to that, if SAP CRM screen is checked, the web UI, it has so many work centers or anything, so many of the navigation panes and all, that if a user wants to add a particular field, then there's a very tedious process involved into it. But when you look at the C4C screen, adding a new button or a new text field is a matter of 5 minutes. And for that, the users do not have to depend on SAP experts. The end user administrators would be trained by the implementation partners in such a way that they can take care of the C4C application. If there's any major challenging need by the client, then they have to go to SAP. Please remember that once the
So
C4C...
what is our role basically, for example, when we have been appointed as a C4C consultant, what is the role basically?
You are an implementation partner. Now, for example, I am a completely end customer. I don't know ABC of SAP. Okay. I am running a company wherein I want to sell my goods, my products. I approach you as an implementation partner and I say that this is my requirements. I want the opportunity screen, the quotation, the sales order, and its pricing in the SAP system. So you would implement the C4C for my requirements and integrate my system to C4C to ECC system, and then your job is over. Now, this application would further be maintained by me and by SAP only. You would not be involved into any support because C4C support is not given to any vendor as of now by SAP.
Excuse me, Venkat?
Yes?
Yeah, this is Gopal. I'm calling from US.
Yes, Gopal, please tell me.
See, in case of any custom requirement, as you said, we have to take help of SAP, right? So is SAP is
No,
always
Gopal, if it is a
in
custom...
case of customization, any custom requirement, C4C application all the time?
Say, for example, in a sales order screen, the customer wants some new fields. The customer wants a text field or a drop down or something like that. Then when we do the implementation and when we are handing over the application to the client, we would train the set of end customers who would be working as administrators. So we give them the training on how to do this basic maintenance in terms of some adding new fields or creating a new business role, or assigning users to a particular business role, or moving the buttons from one location to other location. All these basic configuration skills we as an implementation partner would train to the end customers administrators. Over and beyond this, if the client needs some major functional changes after we have done with the implementation, then they have to go to SAP because SAP maintains the support.
No, I'm asking during the implementation. Say, for example, I want to set up a specific email notifications when sales order is created, and I wanted to route it through different channels. So that is not, which is cannot be done through the minimum configuration or any personalization on the system. So it might require some custom development. If that is the case, again we have to depend on the SAP, right?
Yes,
So
because
how we can able to help in that regard.
No, I'll tell you. As of now, SAP recommends only the best practices to be implemented because this is a public tenant. The tenants that SAP is giving to the end clients are public tenants. Now, if you want some custom development to happen, say for example, you want HTML5 development, UI development for your particular requirements, then your client you as an implementation partner should recommend to your client that you should go for a private tenant. And in such private tenants, you can do coding changes. The way we do custom developments like baddies or something in on-premise systems, you can do development if it is a private tenant but not a public tenant.
Fine. Why
If
I'm
you can see
asking?
the screen URL,
Mm,
I am just highlighted a word. If you can see, this tenant is a public tenant. Means this tenant space is not only used by my company, but it is being used by other set of companies as well. So if you do any coding development on this screen, it will impact those other tenants as well.
okay. So how the in ROI point of view, in how in maintenance cost, as there are so many CRM tenant systems and CRM applications are available, right?
Right.
Their maintenance cost very less comparatively in SAP.
SAP
That's right.
challenges that
Yeah,
compared to
the biggest
on-premise
challenge is,
implementation. Yeah, I'm coming there.
yeah,
SAP challenges that compared to on-premise implementation, a C4C implementation would get a 700% benefit, 700% benefit to the client. How is it happening is, first of all, for C4C, the client does not have to purchase any hardware. He does not have to purchase any hardware softwares. All that he needs is just the license for n number of users, right?
yes, yeah, that is
Now when I look at,
understandable. In the cloud computing, it's all CRM applications are designed like that, so they don't have to implement any hardware, any software requirement, not only in
exactly.
C4C. Why, the question is here,
Hmm.
say for example, I have attended SFDC training in demo. I
Okay.
understand they have their own development programming developers,
Correct.
and
Correct.
if in case of any custom development, they can do themselves with, some custom development with
Right.
minimum efforts. So SFDC has
Correct.
provided 80% of the application support to meet all client requirements. So uh,
Right.
here the question is, whatever the features in cloud, it is applicable for all other cloud technologies offered by different companies like MS Azure and Amazon and SFDC and other CRM applications which are coming in the market like IBM's Blue Max. So
Yes.
the the important thing is that in CRM market,
Hmm.
SFDC is, of course, we have to agree that SFDC at present it's a brand leader, number one. Okay, so because of the maintenance cost, the clients are very much happy with maintaining of the CRM application, and they are satisfied with the SFDC and other cloud computing
Right.
applications. SAP
Right.
realized after a long time, and now they are started coming into into the market, and different.
Hmm.
It is making a lot of confusion in the market. See, you have S4 HANA, HANA is there, and on-premises HANA,
Right.
and again C4C, and again here
Hmm.
dependencies are more in C4C application. In case if I want to go in C4C, I do not know
Okay.
whether it can meet all other channels requirement like sales cloud, service cloud, marketing cloud, and finance. So the confusion is going on over here. And again, in case if I want to do some any custom development, again I have to depend on the SAP for which I have to pay
Uh,
again some amount.
Gopal, the point is, SAP's this product C4C is a very niche baby in the market. It is evolving further and further every quarter. So before the product is fully evolved, like a traditional on-premise ECC or a CRM system, if the end users start doing their own developments into the public tenant, this is going to impact every other tenant, as I said. Now, when you compare a Salesforce.com, a SFDC product and a C4C product, conventionally C4C is primarily taken by those customers who already have an ERP as SAP. Okay, if a client is not having any ERP in place and at this point in time he's thinking of taking SAP, then yes, the question will arise for him as to why should I choose C4C when Salesforce.com is doing a better job, for customers who have SAP as their ERP, the best integration would be a C4C, but and at the point of your confusion whether development should be done by SAP or C4C,
Venkat, your voice is breaking.
available, then you raise it to SAP. SAP will give you
Venkat,
a
your
clear
voice is breaking.
roadmap
I
as to
can't hear
when that
anything.
functionality will be implemented. I am not sure if others are able to hear me.
Yeah, it seems to it's good. Your voice is better.
Okay. So what I was saying is C4C, if you have any functionality which you see that you need it and C4C is not offering it as of now, then you raise it to SAP. SAP will tell you a roadmap as to when that functionality will be included in C4C. But they do not give the rights of doing custom development on C4C. That is a product limitation. SAP's design is like that.
So that is the main question he's here, Venkat. See, I'm a SAP CRM consultant. For the
Okay.
past 11 years, I'm working in CRM products. I'm more
Okay.
interested in C4C. I
Mm-hmm.
have big questions. See, being an SAP CRM consultant, the technically we should have some basic knowledge and some basic coding knowledge and other stuff.
Right.
Um, See, the question is here, see, when we go for the custom, see, client obviously will coming with a different new functionalities. Sometimes it required to go with some custom development. So here the point is the maintenance cost. So that is the again you have to depend on other on either on SAP or any other tenant systems or tenant
Gopal, I'm sorry, but I just do not understand what maintenance cost is there in C4C. The client has to just pay the tenant space for n number of users, and any development that is needed has to be done by SAP, and for which they do not charge any amount.
oh, okay, that is what I'm expected actually. So that's fine.
That's what I'm saying. When the tenant is maintained by SAP, and if you want any functionality, they do it at their service. It is not chargeable again.
Okay, got it. I understood.
So I think this short demo is fine to get a glimpse of what is C4C all about, and probably you can put forth your questions or recommendations or anything to Sana, and accordingly we can see how this goes forward. Fair enough?
Uh, Venkat, only one question. You will be
Yeah.
covering all this in 18 days?
Yes, the topics that I've shown here are the ones that we are going to cover in 18 days. Yes.
1 day, 1 hour per day.
Yes.
And what would be the timing?
Preferably it is like this night 10 to 11 because there are people from across the geographies, from some from US, UK, India, everywhere.
No problem. Night time is not a problem for me.
Right.
But only concern is whether we will be able to complete within 18 days.
See, I am going to show you the scenarios. I am going to show you what all can be configured. Okay. And then I am also going to share a tenant with the user credentials. You can practice offline, apart from the training sessions, you can also practice. And these topics will be covered in 18 days. That's how I have been doing for quite some time now.
Okay, and this agent would be available with us for how long?
Once the session is over, I will revoke the tenants.
That means after 18th day, you will remove the agent.
Yes, yes.
So
Because
practically, we will have to spend at least 3 hours per day to learn C4C.
yes, you have to do that.
Okay.
So Venkat, in the topics C4C architecture, project scoping, questionnaires, you're going to show directly the configurations, or what exactly, like how you're going to work with org management?
Up till topic number 12, I'll show you all the configurations in the C4C screen.
Mm-hmm.
The 13th topic, integration with ECC, I do not have an ECC system ready with me now. So that I'll only explain you how to do the integration to ECC. I will not be able to show that on screen. And the last topic, that is 16 data downloads, I will not be able to show that because the data, I don't have an ECC system from where I have to download this. The tenant that you're seeing right now is my company tenant, which I cannot do a download as and when needed. So 13th and 16th topic, I'll show you, I'll explain you theory. Rest all I'll show you on the system.
What about the documentation part? Will you be providing some documentation to us?
I will share with all of you the administrator guide and the user guides, which you can go through, and that is the documentation for C4C.
Venkat,
Now, just question: how this will help us to do certification for C4C?
Sorry?
How this course would help us to do C4C certification?
If you go through this training and read through C4C admin guide, you are good to write the C4 certification without any hassles.
Because I have done two certifications till date. One is SD and second is CRM. Where the documentation part was huge in SD as well as CRM.
So in C4C, you just need to read through the admin guide, and once done, you can go and give the certification. That is not a problem.
Which one is preferable certification in the C4C, Venkat? Because I could able to see some. Yeah.
C4C has 3 certifications: C4C 10, C4C 30, and C4C 50.
Yeah.
So you need to start with 10 and then go ahead.
10, 30, and 50.
Yes.
All 3 we need to give.
It depends. If you ask me, I would say an implementation experience is much more valuable than a certification.
Yeah. But if you want to give the certification, then 10,
You have
30, and 50.
You have to just give 10, then 30, and then 50.
So these are the recommended certifications.
Yes, by SAP. Yes.
No, by a CRM function consultant. I'm talking about CRM function.
By CRM function consultant, if you want to proclaim that you are a C4C expert, then you need to clear all those 3 certifications.
Okay. So your chapters, the 16 chapters, are going to cover 10, 30, and 50.
No, these will cover only 10 and 30. 50 speaks in depth about integration, and since I cannot show that in your system, I am not taking that in the practical part.
Venkat, apart from this sales, marketing, and service, are there any other channels are supported by C4C, like call center functionality?
The call center functionality has just come very recently into C4C. I am not really sure how much has evolved. I need to check how far is that call center functionality implemented here. You have a service ticket mechanism already in place, but in-depth CTA integration is not there still.
Okay. And what is the major difference S4 HANA and this C4C? Because S4 HANA is launched with simple finance, simple sales.
I am sorry, I have no idea on S4 HANA.
Yeah, that's also cloud application.
Yeah, that is true, but I don't know what functionality it is offering. I really don't know.
Because they're coming with the S4 a simple service right now. They're planning to launch.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, fine, Venkat. It's very good, informative.
Yeah, thank
Venkat,
you.
can you please share these topics to our email address, please?
Yes, Sana will do that.
We'll get
Sana will
that.
do that.
We do have some more questions, but I will send across to you some.
Sure. You can put your questions to Sana and she will route it to me. No issues.
Yeah.
Okay, dear.
I think Sana is not there now in the
Yeah,
call.
I'm here. Um,
Okay.
yeah, actually, Matheshwaran has one question, Venkat. He has just typed in the chat window. Uh,
Okay.
you said there is no need for programming skills. Then where Cloud Application Studio come into the picture? He is asking.
Cloud Application Studio comes when you take a private tenant and take a custom development on that. If a client is doing a public tenant, then Cloud Application Studio would not work for him. Clear?
Matheshwaran, is your question answered? Guys, any more questions?
No, Sana, thank you. It was informative.
Yeah, if you guys have any kind of questions, please send me an email so that I can get back to you on this. And Ahmad, Krishna will send you the course content, okay?
Okay, dear. That's fine. Thanks.
Okay, I'll just forward it to Krishna. He will give you the course content, and we will be sending you the course fees, the duration, and everything to your emails. And we will be shortly letting you know when exactly we are starting the batch and what are the timings, so that based on your convenience, you can confirm us. Okay, guys?
Okay, dear. That's fine. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you so much, Venkat. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, Venkat. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Thanks.
Phil.
much.